Hey everybody, it's Katelyn Fulton here with Century 21 Percy Fulton, and today I want to talk about how to host an effective open house that not only attracts the buyers to your listing, but as well as a way to leverage off that listing to build your business. So I'm going to break it down into 4 different parts. Attracting the buyers, how to attract the neighbors, what you're going to do at the open house, and then the follow-up. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to attract the buyers into your open house. Now, obviously the biggest way to do this is to have a great marketing plan. One of the first places that people do when they're looking to go to an open house is they check online. So first of all, you want to make sure that you're not only attracting the real estate agents on MLS side so that they can let their clients know, but as well, most people are just going to be driving around, maybe checking out realtor.ca. So when you go to manage my profile, you always have to make sure that you're putting your open house out there so that the public has the knowledge to be able to come to your open house. Second one I'm always talking about is social media. This is a great place to start posting any of your open houses. There are tons of different community groups out there, whether you have a listing in Durham, Toronto, there's lots of community groups where you can post your open houses to attract any of the neighbors or anything like that. There's also paid ads, your own sphere of influence, and anyone that they know they might invite out. So throw it all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you're using, put it on social media just to let everybody know that you're hosting an open house and you want them to come. Another way is email. Just email your sphere of influence, maybe your past clients, maybe your friends, your family, co-workers. Maybe they don't want to come to your open house, but they might know somebody that has been talking about moving into that specific area that you have a listing. So it's always great to just shoot out an email to your sphere, just let them know that you're hosting an open house, and if they know of anybody that's looking in that area, to send them your way. Then you can go with the old school way, the newspaper, classifieds, anything like that that you think that maybe a different generation might be attracted to, any magazines. Put your open house in there if you feel like that's something that is necessary. And again, now, the day of your open house, it's really important to have a lot of open house signs. I'm sure when you're driving by, you'll see lots of open house signs directing people there. So it's very important to have a lot of the signs at all the major intersections around your listing. And it needs to be enough that if somebody is driving by, they can literally just follow your sign and your signs directly bring them to that house without having to look it up or anything like that. So make sure you get a big investment into a lot of open house signs, and that'll attract just the drive-by traffic the day of your open house into there. So these are just different ways that you're going to bring in the buyers to come into your open house. Okay, number 2, how to attract the neighbors. Now this is a big thing that people say, they don't ever want to be a nosy neighbor. But for us as real estate agents, we want the neighbors to come in, and it's great to let your clients know that the neighbors are not always a bad thing. Sometimes your neighbors have friends and family that maybe want to move into their neighborhood, and that's a great reason to invite the neighbors to come because they're going to share that information with the people that they know. There's also, this is a great way that you're going to leverage off your listing to be able to maybe get another listing in the area. So what we always do and what we always train our agents to do is to host a VIP neighbor open house. So usually an open house, it will happen, I guess, on Saturdays, Sundays, typically from 2 to 4. There's no strict time of when you can host an open house, but these are just the normal times. So you've got your public open house from 2 to 4. And then what you're going to do is you're going to invite the neighbors to come from 1 to 2. This is a specific hour where it's just the neighbors coming in, and it's a way for you to meet the neighbors and also, again, for them to maybe tell their friends and family about the listing. Now, in order to get the neighbors to come, what you're going to do is a few different ways. So you're going to, first of all, get on the phone. You're going to call the neighbors. I always suggest maybe calling the entire street, maybe a couple streets over, and all you're going to say is, hey, it's Katelyn Fulton here with Century 21 Percy Fulton. I'm hosting an open house, and I would love for you to come. It's specifically for the neighbors. It's from 1 to 2. Feel free to pop by, no pressure. Hope to see you there. Very simple, warm call that's easy to make. The other way is you're going to get some postcards with your name on it and the address, and you're actually going to go door knocking, maybe the 10 houses to the left, the 10 to the right, and maybe a few in the front. So you're going to go door knock all the neighbors and personally invite them to the open house. Why I like this specific reason for bringing in the neighbors is because it's a way not only to attract it, but a lot of neighbors are always kind of awkward and they don't really want to tell you that they are a neighbor and they don't want to go to the open house. So if you are personally inviting them, it makes them feel a little bit more like welcome, and they don't have to lie about being a neighbor because you personally invited them. This is a great way for you to start networking with the neighborhood, get to know them, introduce yourself as the local real estate agent, and hopefully you can get another listing off of that or another buyer. Either way, it works out really great for yourself and your clients. I also really like the VIP. A lot of people, they wonder why do I want the neighbors there? And a different way of explaining it to your clients, because a lot of them don't want their neighbors there. So again, you're going to mention that they know people, but as well, if you're inviting just the neighbors from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, this is your way to separate the lookers from the buyers. So you've got your lookers from 1 to 2 and you can focus on them in a different way. And then from 2 to 4, you know that these are your buyers. So you can put all your focus onto the buyers when they come into the open house, because you know that they are the buyers. And from 1 to 2, they were the lookers. So this is a great way to kind of tell your clients that this is how you can focus your attention on either way. Okay, now once you get to the open house, I love to make it a very housewarming feel. You want to have great music. I typically like to have music that has the word home, house, family, something that's very heartwarming and makes them feel upbeat and comfortable, as well as having some great smells. Food is always a great option. Whatever you guys have, make it memorable. Sometimes people will have contests, get their contact information, and then you're getting to know the neighborhoods as well as picking up maybe a potential buyer for the house. But whatever you do, whenever you have an open house, make it memorable, make it friendly, make it warm, and you never know what could happen from that. A lot of these people that are going to open houses might be going to a few different open houses that day. And if you make it memorable, maybe they want to buy the house, or maybe they're a buyer and they're not working with an agent, but they remember you from the open house because of the feeling they got from it, and they might give you a call up and say, hey, maybe I don't want to buy this house, but maybe you can help me find a different house because I had such a great feeling when I met you and in the home. So these are just different ways to build your business, meet the buyers, meet the sellers, and sell the house. Now, finally, the follow-up. It's always really important, once you get the sign-in sheet from people, if they give you the correct information, you want to follow up that same day. Don't wait the next day to follow up with them. Call them the same day because it's still fresh in their head. They might have already gone to 5, 10 different open houses. So if you follow up with them that same day, it's still fresh in their head and you can still build that rapport with them. So these are the different ways that we like to attract people into our open houses to not only find a buyer for our clients, but as well as build our own personal business. Again, this is just a way that we do it, and I hope that you were able to learn something from this. As always, I'm always here for help and to help you build your business. So if you ever have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, Katelyn Fulton, or any of the management team at our office. We're always here to help, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.